tell you what, I am just as excited to be listening to the person I'm about to introduce as I am to be on this call, because the information that he has to share with you is information that's going to help you feel amazing, and it's information that's going to help you fatten up your wallet like crazy. So I have the formulator, the man who has created the technology, the man with so many of the answers to so many of the questions that we have to our flagship product here, our lead product, and that would be Dr. Shawn Mueller. Are you there, Dr. Mueller?
I am, Michelle. How are you?
I'm doing great, and thank you so much for getting on this call with us tonight. I know that everybody is sitting on the edge of their seats, and they've got pen in hand waiting to take down some notes so that they can really get to know this amazing product. So I'm going to go through a couple of questions. I know that we have a limited time tonight, but we're going to try and pack this time with tons of just tidbits and pearls of information for everybody. So thank you for joining us.
It's the pleasure is mine, really. As you know, we got to know one another last week, and of course with your husband Bob, and you know, with everything that Donna has done too. I mean, you want to talk about an effortless worker. That is something that I can truly appreciate, because this is my life's work, and it has taken every moment of my time to put all this together. And with the sacrifice being made by my family and my children, I want to thank them as well. But obviously, you can hear the passion in my voice. That never subsides. And there's a lot of good reasons why I'm passionate, and hopefully we can reveal some of those reasons.
Well, I'd like to start, Dr. Mueller. Your passion is very evident when I've heard you on the phone and doing a couple of calls, and when I've seen you in person, and your knowledge is just, I mean, the things that you know about this product, you know it better than anybody else. So before we get into that, I would like you just briefly to share with everybody on the line, in case they have not heard, a little bit about your background.
All right. You know, my area of expertise in the health profession is natural medicine. You know, I'm a naturopathic physician. Also, if I can go down the line, you know, with degrees in exercise science, psychology, licensed in massage therapy, iridology, study with Dr. Bernard Jensen out in California at his ranch in Escondido. But, you know, I am a phase contrast microscopist as well. I taught the course over in City College in Lauderdale for a while. So in other words, I've kind of put together little pieces of my life's puzzle, all to create one specific picture, and that is to help people. But it wasn't until almost 11 years ago, actually this coming week, it will be 11 years to the day, and when I was hit by lightning, that changed everything around. A long story short, went from a clinical practice, had multiple practices, clinics, down to a decision that I had to make. And that was, do I go back to clinical practice after being hit by lightning, or do I pursue the one true love that I had, which is research and development? And I guess it was in the hands of a higher power, if I could put it that way, because I chose that route of research and development, and it was turning my back on a lucrative practice. But I needed to continue the work that was asked of me by my mentor, to carry on a legacy, and that's this technology that we're going to be talking about tonight. This isn't something that you know, just came about by accident last week. It's many decades in the making. But unfortunately, there's certain powers to be in our country that they don't like products that are all natural. That you know, how do I say this and be very careful in my wording? That has helped a lot of people with various symptoms that you know that are health challenging. I don't want to use the word disease, but so this technology comes with it a tremendous background, a great deal of reputation, you know, precedes it. So basically, what I had to do was take what was pre-existing, and through more research and development and the use of modern technologies, take it to that next level. And we're dealing with Zorbmax. That's the product, the flagship product that we're talking about right now. And it's a clear liquid. It's tasteless. It's odorless. But its list of attributes are just infinitely long. But I think the biggest one that we like to stay focused on is it's a tremendous ability to increase absorption of nutrients. Now, that can be the foods that we consume, the nutrients in our foods, or even more specifically, the products that we have chosen to implement into our daily lives. And these nutritional products are extremely important. I think we're all on the same page when it comes to that, because we know that, with our denatured foods, our topsoil erosion, the list goes on, that we're truly not getting the level of nutritional value that we would like to think we are through the foods that we consume, from the grocery stores, et cetera. So supplementation is essential. But here's the deal. We live in an acidic world. This acidic world, the diet in general, the stress in our life, things of that nature, they literally strip the negative charge from our red blood cells. And that's really important to keep in the forefront of our minds because, like I had mentioned last week during our great event on Tuesday evening, it's the alpha and the omega. It really is. It's the beginning and the end. That's where life begins and life ends, and that is the cells. That's why I've dedicated, my life to cellular health, because I truly believe that's where it all begins. That's going to make the greatest splash, if you will, in the health industry, unquestionably. So that being said, I needed to figure out a way to, improve the health of the cell, because we know that's where real absorption takes place. I mean, sure, we understand that we ingest our foods and supplements, and it goes through our digestive tract and, absorbed that way. Yes, that's all true. But once these nutrients are into our bloodstream, the question or the concern still exists or remains, how do these nutrients find their way into the cell itself so they can be transported to all the tissues of our body? And there is really, I thought to be the cornerstone to all health and well-being, getting these necessary nutrients, this fuel into our cells. So in doing that, lo and behold, comes this product, patent pending, Zorbmax. And it prepares the cells for absorption by increasing the osmotic pressure of the cell. That's the water pressure around the red blood cells. And it also reverses the polarity of the cells from a positive to a negative charge. That's important because here's the analogy I like to use with that. It's like taking two magnets and trying sticking them together. It doesn't work very well. They repel one another. And that's what our red blood cells should do in our plasma. Is they should not stick to one another. They should, repel and look really round and buoyant with a nice vibrant glow. That's a healthy cell. So that's what we've been able to accomplish. So back to you, Michelle.
Well, my goodness, you just gave so much information, and being that I am not a scientist, some of that didn't make sense, but it sounded wonderful to me. And what I know from hearing you before is that this technology and this Zorbmax that we have available to us exclusively here at LiveSmart 360 was 80 years in the making. And so I'm excited about that because I know that there have been so many different studies, and you have really taken the technology to another level here with the product that we have. And you mentioned the core product name, Zorbmax. And what I'd like you to do for us real quickly, Dr. Mueller, is if you could tell us, everybody on the line, what makes the Zorbmax so unique, and why is this an effective product as our standalone, our lead product?
Super, I sure will. One of the unique features about Zorbmax is its ability to rapidly absorb into our bloodstream. That's really, really neat. It's in a mist spray, and it can be sprayed right under the tongue, and it's absorbed immediately into the bloodstream. So we don't have we're bypassing that whole digestive process, which is very important. And again, how it, affects the cells so rapidly, to prepare the cell, for that necessary absorption. And yeah, it has been in the making for 80 years. And since you brought that up, I think it's only fair to our listeners to answer probably one of the biggest questions that must be going through their mind. It certainly would me, and that is, well, if it's been around, at least the core technology this long, why hasn't it been out until now? Well, I kind of alluded to that just a little bit earlier, and there was a lot of obstacles that took place earlier on in its development. Part of that had to do with the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. I don't want to sound, like I'm pointing any fingers and stomping up and down, but when the original formulator was literally doing tests with this product, and having tremendous success in the field of cancer,